Thinking about booking a Viking River Cruise, but wondering what they're not telling you about the price? Well, in this video, we're breaking down exactly what's included in a Viking River Cruise, plus what will cost you extra, and stick around as we share the one insider tip that could save you hundreds to ensure you're one step ahead of everyone else on board. Welcome aboard. I'm Don B from Eat Sleep Cruise, and your cruise fare with Viking River Cruises covers the cost of your accommodations for the length of the voyage. Included with your stateroom are the services of a room attendant who will make up your cabin twice a day. Now, the main factor that will influence the overall cost of your Viking River Cruise is the type of stateroom you select. While all cabins include the same core amenities and service, the different categories vary in size, view, and balcony type. Viking River ships feature 5 primary cabin categories. There are no interior cabins on Viking River Cruises. All passengers have either a window or a balcony. Now, depending on your specific ship and the river you're sailing on, there are French balconies or regular outdoor balcony staterooms to choose from. Suites are also available. Staterooms include a queen-size Viking Explorer bed that can be divided into 2 twin beds upon request, a bathroom with a shower, heated floors, and anti-fog mirror, a flat screen TV, a safe, a mini fridge, both European and American outlets, bottled water that's replenished daily, premium free toiletries, and the use of slippers and robes. Viking suite guests enjoy a few extra inclusions as well, such as earlier stateroom access on embarkation day, complimentary laundry service, a stocked minibar which is replenished daily, and welcome aboard champagne, among other upgrades. Viking River Cruises have 2 restaurants, the main dining room, which is also called the restaurant, and a casual indoor-outdoor venue, typically called the Aquavit Terrace on most ships. The restaurant offers multi-course breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, with both regional cuisine and always available classic dishes on the menu. The Aquavit Terrace functions as a buffet at breakfast and lunch. At dinner time, it offers sit-down service with a small menu of dishes to choose from. Unlike its ocean ships, room service is not available on Viking River itineraries for most guests. Continental breakfast room service is available for those staying in Explorer suites, which are the most luxurious suites on any Viking River ship. Most beverages are also included in the fare on Viking River Cruises. Drinks like juice, milk, lemonade, iced tea, specialty coffees, and bottled water are all included. During lunch and dinner, you can also enjoy soda and select house beers and wine for free as well. Specialty coffee and tea are available 24 hours a day at self-service kiosks. The destinations are the stars on a Viking River Cruise, so don't expect a lot of bells and whistles on board Viking's smaller river ships. While each vessel is different, on most you can expect an outdoor walking track, shuffleboard, small putting green, and a library stocked with puzzles, board games, and books about travel and history. Often the books are curated to the actual itinerary and region the Viking River ship is sailing. While most Viking River ships do not have any pools, a select few, including Viking Mississippi, do have a small plunge pool. For a bit of competition, guests can participate in organized trivia and quiz sessions that occur throughout the voyage. River cruise vessels are small, and many daily activities and entertainment tend to revolve around the destination the ship is visiting along the way. Because of that, don't expect large-scale production shows and glitzy performances during your sailing. Throughout the day, enjoy relaxing music around the ship, then more upbeat dance-worthy tunes in the evening. Viking also invites local musicians and vocalists on board to perform, so don't miss the opportunity to enjoy these regional musical traditions. There's also port talks, so you can learn about the destinations you're visiting, as well as lectures from guest speakers on topics such as art, music, architecture, the natural world, and geopolitics that are relevant to the region. Throughout the sailing, live demonstrations also take place. You can learn how to make regional cuisine and beverages, or sit in on a presentation from local artisans. Viking touts itself as being the thinking person's cruise, and that philosophy carries through not only the line's curated shore excursions, but also the education-focused events that take place on board. Viking offers at least one included shore excursion at each port of call. Sometimes there's more than one to choose from. These are basic excursions though. They're usually short and easy walking tours or bus tours that showcase highlights of the destination. If you're brand new to a port and just want the highlights and to get a general feel for the culture, these excursions are a great way to do that. But if you want more unique or longer tours, we'll talk about that later in this video. You don't have to do just one excursion per port either. There's time you can do multiple, such as the free short tour and a second tour, or you can explore the charming port towns on your own. Viking provides free walking maps at every port, and during the nightly port talk provides an overview of things to do and see during independent exploration. Now, while Viking River ships tend to dock within walking distance to the city center, free bus transfers are provided in destinations where the ship is outside the city limits. Wireless internet access is included in the fare on all ships sailing in Europe, Egypt, and on the Mississippi River. Even better, the cruise line does not restrict its internet usage the way other lines do. You can download and upload large files if you need to, and even stream videos or audio. However, Viking does suggest limiting those activities as they can take up a lot of bandwidth. Of course, you can also use the internet for things like sending and receiving email, posting on social media, just browsing the internet, and messaging friends and family, and, if you're like me, even working remotely. As always, don't expect the internet on a cruise ship, even though this is a river ship that's closer to land, be as good as the internet speeds you're probably used to at home. Viking's connection relies on cellular or satellite terminal, which it says is the best possible solution for river cruising. Signals can be weakened or interrupted based on things like terrain and weather, so a solid connection is not guaranteed for the entire duration of the sailing. When you book your flights through Viking, which is called Viking Air, your itinerary includes transfers to and from the airport. Upon arrival, a Viking representative meets you at the airport and takes care of getting you and your luggage to the ship. At the end of the cruise, you'll be dropped off right where you need to be at the airport. While Viking is an adults-only line, many middle-aged adults sail with Viking on a regular basis. We took our first Viking River Cruise in our early 40s, and we had an amazing time. The fellow cruisers were friendly, engaging, and worldly. With only around 180 people on board, you'll get to know other guests quickly. So you can always strike up a conversation with fellow guests, or you can find some quiet spaces to unwind and enjoy the scenery. With that being said, the majority of guests on board will be seniors. The line's slower pace and focus on destination education tends to attract an older audience. That doesn't mean that younger passengers won't have just as an incredible time though. Another nice inclusion is the casual and relaxed onboard vibe. Viking cruises aren't stuffy or pretentious. The vibe is upscale, but welcoming and friendly. Most passengers dress casually during the day, wearing things like shorts, t-shirts, jeans, slacks, and sundresses. In the evening, Viking recommends elegant casual attire, including a dress, skirt, or slacks with a sweater or nice top for women, and trousers and a collared shirt for men. There are no official formal nights on board. Keep in mind that depending on your itinerary, some shore excursions visit religious sites that require certain modest attire. Now, if you're already sold on a Viking River Cruise and ready to book, the travel pros at MEI Travel are here to help. They are Viking River Cruise experts, can help you find the ideal itinerary, ship and stateroom, and ensure you get the lowest possible price and take advantage of any promotions or inclusions. Plus, there's never a fee to book with them, so you're getting free travel planning advice. So scan the QR code on screen or click our exclusive link down in the description and start planning your next great adventure. While there is a lot included in a Viking River Cruise, there are several things that will cost you extra. Depending on your preferences, you need to budget accordingly. Travel insurance is not included in the cruise fare on Viking. You can purchase Viking's travel protection plan on top of the cruise fare, but we recommend buying through third-party travel insurance instead. You can often find more comprehensive protection and better rates when you shop around. An aggregate website like tripinsurance.com is a great place to start to find, compare, and then purchase plans. While beer, wine, and soda are included with lunch and dinner, you'll have to pay if you want those beverages in between meals. You'll also have to pay extra for spirits and cocktails on board, no matter the time of day. Viking does offer a drink package called the Silver Spirits Beverage Package, which costs around $27 per person per day. It includes global beers, select wine and spirits, craft cocktails, mocktails, and soda, as well as a discount on premium beverages. However, unlike most ocean cruises, Viking River Cruises have a very lenient policy when it comes to bringing food and drinks on board. In fact, you can bring on your own beverages, soda, wine, beer, spirits, essentially whatever, with no limits. Guests can also purchase bottled or packaged beverages while on port and bring them on board to enjoy during the cruise. And as an added bonus, you can enjoy your alcohol in public spaces, including restaurants. Viking never charges a corkage fee. Likewise, feel free to bring local food from the ports back on board. We've enjoyed local desserts, lunches, and other delicacies on the outdoor decks or on the balcony of our ship. So depending on your habits, you probably want to set a budget around $200 to $400 per person and additional food purchases. If you're a foodie or a fan of local spirits and wines, of course, you could spend a lot more. While there's at least one included shore excursion in each port, you can pay extra for more immersive and specialized tours while ashore. These can include market visits and cooking lessons, winery tours and tastings, bicycling or hiking experiences, museum visits, and factory tours. In our experience, we would recommend setting aside around $500 to $1,000 per person for additional tours on an 8 to 10 day cruise. More if you have a longer itinerary. Of course, you could splurge and do multiple high-end or privileged access tours that can cost way more if you want to go all out. Keep in mind, you don't have to take an excursion through Viking in every port. In fact, you could do all your own self-exploration, or you can always book excursions through third-party tour operators when available. In fact, one of the easiest ways to save up to 40% off cruise line advertised shore excursions is to book with Shore Excursions Group. Their online platform is extremely easy to navigate. Just select the cruise line, ship, and sailing date, and Shore Excursions Group shows you all of the available tour options for that itinerary. Plus, you can often save even more when you bundle tours from several ports. So scan the QR code on screen or click our exclusive link in the description to save on your next cruise's shore excursions. Daily gratuities are not bundled into the cruise fare on Viking River Cruises. In most regions the cruise line sails in, guests are charged $20 per person per night. You can prepay these gratuities prior to sailing, or they'll be added to your final bill at the end of the sailing. However, regardless of when you pay, the price remains the same. These automatic gratuities go towards crew members, including, but not limited to, the onboard program director, wait staff, stateroom stewards, galley staff, and nautical staff. You may want to bring some extra cash for tipping on shore excursions as well, or for additional tipping for those who go above and beyond. For most included walking tours or bus tours, we recommend you tip between $5 and $10 per person. For longer half-day and full-day tours, you might want to tip guides between $20 and $50, depending on the experience. Thus, we suggest you bring somewhere around $200 per person for tips and gratuities. Also keep in mind, Viking River ships do not offer currency exchanges. So you'll either have to obtain foreign currency from your local bank or AAA, or from ATMs and banks at the ports of call. We highly recommend obtaining local currency before you leave for the trip. You should also notify your bank and credit card companies of your travel dates and destinations to avoid any issues or holds on your accounts while you're away. If you've taken a Viking Ocean cruise before, you might be surprised to learn that there are no self-service laundry rooms on Viking River vessels, except on Viking Mississippi. If you have clothing that needs to be laundered, you can utilize the ship's valet laundry service, which charges per item. For those staying in suites, this laundry service is included in your cruise fare. Viking offers a very small gift shop area on its Viking River ships, thus any shopping you do on board and while in the ports of call, of course, are at your own expense. Now that you know what a Viking River cruise will really cost, we want to share with you what the cruise line doesn't tell you about to ensure your trip is smooth sailing. So click or tap on our Viking River Cruise tips video right here on YouTube. It includes everything we wish we knew before our first trip, and armed with that information, you'll be one step ahead of everyone else on board.